Everybody, make sure y'all like the stream. I'm your host, Jay the Black. Shout out to Chuzzy with the super chat earlier. We gonna get into this, man. I know the weather's crazy. The weather's definitely crazy here where I'm at. I'm pretty sure it's crazy where you're at. But shout out to the moderators, the channel members, the people that are signing up to the Patreon who've been there. I am putting up exclusive content. It's about to heat up, definitely. All right. Also, if you want to join the channel, you can. Click that join button. I want to talk about, I've told y'all about the sickness. My DMs should be open. I don't use them very often. If you want to send me a topic, you could just tag me in a tweet. If you can't,
let's get
DM
the
me.
super chat going.
Or like you can appreciate that, Liana. Or you can send it to me through email. The email is in the description. I've told y'all about the sickness that is growing in these Western women, especially these melanated Western women. They just have this. They think they're different. They're in their own category, but it's only when they want to be. When they need melanated men, they'll group all of us in together. But when they feel like they don't need us, then they will try to distance themselves from us. Anyone says, I did like the stream already. What else do you want from me? A shout out to y'all, man. Let's see who's here. True, Lil Zeus, Dion, Vern, Generalissimo. They said Shantia was going on Zeke a long time. Renee, Dwayne, G Slim, Chuzzy, Larry, Prime VA, JJ Diesel, Maul MC, Raining Woman, what's up? Sarah Lou, Brian, Joe 30, Miles, Severe. Now, the tweet that you see in the thumbnail, that was actually in the comment section of a video I came across of this black woman, again, being highly confused. I don't know what it is with these melanated women. They're just so confused about their dating life. They don't know what they want, and then they get credit for it. I see a lot of these women pat each other on the back for their failures. But let me tell you something right now. Blaming melanated men will not get you very far. Like, how is blaming melanated men going to help you? Because what happens is you put yourself in a smaller pool of men to choose from. And I don't care how educated you are. I don't care how much disdain you have towards black men. It's not going to help you find the man that you want. The only type of man you're going to get is a racist. That's the only type of man that's going to date you, is a racist. A man who feels the same way you do about melanated men. See, these melanated women are just so delusional. And they're so crazy, and they want to blame everybody else for why they are failing out here in the dating market. Again, like the stream, people. It's always somebody else's fault. It's always somebody else's fault. The confusion is real. And when you try to bring some logic to these conversations, these women don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear any logical thought whatsoever, which is why, again, they are failing out here. They are definitely failing. You see, What's up, Wood? 2K, Josh, Taurus. I told y'all the sickness goes deep, people. The sickness goes deep. These women are so confused, man. They don't know what's going on out here. And they wonder why, once again, they're always stuck dating homosexuals. Guys that need places to stay. They need women to live off of. Also, I want to say this too. I put out a video today about the BLM founder, Patrice Colliers-Khan, and her wife getting caught up in another money scandal. And I had some weirdo tweeting talking about I'm a hidden Trump supporter. People should stop listening to me. Ask yourself what's in it for Jaye. If these ladies did anything illegal or unethical, they should be held accountable. I just don't like parasites. Well, Patrice Colliers is a parasite. Anybody that supports BLM is a parasite. Okay? I'm only reporting on what these people did. And it is illegal if the government is asking questions and they're trying to audit BLM. Yeah, it is illegal. You can't just go around taking money out of organizations, no questions asked. You can't do that. I know some of y'all don't want to hear that, but you just can't go and pull money out and of an organization that is supposed to be a nonprofit organization. You can't just pull the money out and use it for whatever. You just can't do it, especially if you're running an organization and you putting that money into other organizations. You can't do that.
Long time. Hope you're doing well.
What's up, Mike, Dwayne? Appreciate that. Yeah, what's going on? Yeah, that's why I said hobos. They love the hobos. So I want y'all to understand that they're looking into BLM. So yes, that they're illegal. That's why I tell you, anybody that supports the Democratic Party, and then they want to say you're a Trump supporter. Trump is not president. So how am I a supporter? I'm a supporter of what's right. I'm not a supporter. And by the way, you want to talk about racists, since race has been the topic the last couple of days. You know, the person that a lot of you BLM supporters, a lot of y'all support a guy that's racist in Joe Biden. Isn't he a guy that's extra racist? Like, his racism is documented. And y'all still supporting him. You're still buck dancing. You're still putting out videos in support, posts in support. The guy's creepy. You don't care because, you know, you're sheep. You do whatever the media tells you to do. And you don't really understand anything. That's why I don't take you people seriously. You people are your own worst enemies, just like these heifers are that we're going to talk about. But first, I want to show y'all this video that was sent to me real quick. I'm not going to labor too long in this video. I got a point to prove. I want to prove how confused these women are. And I just want to show y'all why this topic is definitely needed. Now, this particular post was shared on Twitter, okay? And the female that posted got mad because men were commenting on the video. And she claimed that we're in women's business. Well, a lot of you heifers stay in men's business too. I mean, just look at YouTube. I mean, you got a group of men called the Black Manosphere, but you got heifers that can't stay away. You're in men's business, aren't you? Anyway, I came across this video was tagged to me, and you got a bunch of bitter heifers. You want to see bitterness? Because I actually reposted No, I didn't. The tweet that I reposted with the y'all see on the thumbnail, it was in the comment section here of this video here. Okay, there's a lot of bitter melanated women here who cannot keep a man. Okay, that's why they're on Twitter talking about stay out of black women's business. I didn't know black women was their own race. Maybe they are. Maybe that's why they can't find a man, because nobody wants to deal with them like that. I mean, if you consider yourself your own race, then you're more mentally ill than I thought you were. Let's check out this video.
I just had like the craziest, saddest thought. I'm in the stage of life where I'm watching all my friends get married and have babies and find love, and I had another talking phase yet again fall through, and my friend was like, you know, you'll meet the one day, don't give up. But now I'm at a point where I hope I don't, because what happens if I meet him and he wants kids and I'm too old to not be able to give him any? So it's easier for me to say I don't want kids. Having like a weird existential crisis. I don't know why I'm posting this on TikTok, but I think I need to know I'm not alone.
I guess she's in Los Angeles dating. Let me tell you, black women, something, man. If you're dating in Los Angeles as a black woman, you should not be on social media talking about. I'm not saying she said that, but you got these other women from Los Angeles talk a lot of shit to black men when they're only making their dating pool smaller and smaller. And again, if you want to date out, that's fine. But a lot of them aren't dating out, and you can tell due to their bitterness. They're very bitter, which shows you that they ain't dating nobody. And they're struggling out here. If you're struggling, you need to go get work. You need to work on yourself. A lot of these females are not working on themselves. They're making TikTok videos crying. And of course, you know, they're putting the guy out there as if he's the bad guy. That's what they do, man.
I just had like the craziest, saddest thought. I'm in the stage of life where I'm watching all my friends get married and have babies and find love. And I had another talking phase yet again fall through. And
she said talking phase. She said talking phase. I guess getting to know a guy. I guess that's the talking phase, where you're getting to know him and see whether or not you want to be in a relationship with him. I guess that's what the talking phase is. We should be talking relationship phases, not talk phases.
My friend was like, you know, you'll meet the one day, don't give up. But now I'm at a point where I hope I don't, because what happens if I meet him and he wants kids and I'm too old to not be able to give him any? So it's easier for me to say I don't want kids. Having like a weird existential crisis. I don't know why I'm posting this on TikTok, but I think I need to know I'm not alone.
This was a follow-up video.
I'm going to respond to today. I might still delete the video. This made me very happy because this is my intention behind posting it. I just wanted to reach out and get a lifeline from other women who were in my position. And a lot of you guys are black women too, which was even better. But I swear to God, if I get one more...
You know why she said that? Because she doesn't have black friends, okay? The only black friends a lot of these females have is the ones they make on social media. She said that, oh, there was a lot of black women that agreed with my videos. You would think if she's making this video, she's speaking to other black women, but you got to understand, these Cali chicks, they don't really deal with black females like that. There was a black female content creator, right? She was a pro-black, you know, all about Africa, you know. But when you look at her social media, like when her college pictures, because she went to, I believe, San Jose State. She was another chick that either went to school on the West Coast or from the West Coast. But in her pictures, she's with nothing but Becky's.
Here we go with the Zodiac thing. Like, that's the main reason why it didn't work.
Right. That carries a lot of weight these days. You know what I'm saying?
She most definitely slept with that man. Women don't cry over a man they ain't had intimacy with.
Right. There's something with him. The talking phase, whatever that means, right? You can tell a lot of these black females, especially on the West Coast, man. They don't deal with other black girls. Like,
telling me to freeze my eggs, I'm gonna fucking barf. I'm aware of my options. I just think that there's a heavy level of projection going on in my comment section. Desperate I am not. I can enjoy my own company. I have traveled outside of the country by myself twice. Thank you for all the comments about my looks. Thanks. I mean, I don't think I'm ugly either. I don't want to have kids at 50. What the fuck? No. At least not naturally, but kudos to the women who have. That's not my journey. I will not have kids. It wasn't necessarily about finding a man or getting pregnant right now. It's about rethinking what my future looks like. And I may not include any of those things and being okay with that. Okay, so this one is
okay being single. You know, it's all about being okay being single, I guess. Listen, I want to know from a lot of you ladies, why do you think it's so difficult for women, especially melanated women, to find a suitable partner?
Her voice went from whiny to Styles P rolling on the floor, laughing, rolling on the floor, laughing.
Confidence boosted her just a little bit. Confidence boosted just a little bit, you know? Make sure y'all like the stream, man. You should be at 100 likes by now. What is going on here? Shout out to everybody that's coming into the chat room. Salute to everybody on this Monday. Like, what you waiting on? Because, you know, looking at the way women are today, like I think I know the answer. You know, for some reason, I think that melanated women have these unrealistic expectations when it comes to men. They either want a man that's extremely successful or is extremely like broke and not doing much. You know, he's a fixer-upper type guy, a guy that she has to fix up, right? Like a house. Women, these melanated women date two extremes. They're never going to date a guy that works a job every day, you know what I'm saying, hardworking. You know, he's making good, decent money, you know, good money. He's able to take care of himself, pay his own bills. They always go for the low-hanging fruit, okay? A guy that they're physically attracted to, but financially he ain't there, right? He ain't there financially. Or they want a guy who's a rapper or athlete. That's the two extremes I notice with melanated women. They either want a guy they can control, that they're attracted to, or a guy that's extremely successful that is dating white women and they feel like he should be with them. Or one of these dysfunctional rappers. That's the extremes that I'm noticing, right? Yeah, they do not want no 9-to-5 guy at all. They right in Cali. It depends on where you live. If you live in the suburbs on the west side of the city, then you'll be mostly around white people. Yeah, I think this particular person is around Caucasian people.
Thought all of that, you know. The best way I can answer this is if you've seen the show Insecure, you know, Issa Rae. Which, if you haven't, what the fuck are you doing? I can tell you the specific episode, season finale. Kelly is pregnant, and they're like, Kelly, I thought you said you didn't want any niggas' kids. And she's like, I don't want any niggas' kids. I want this nigga's kids. And that is it for me. I have never felt more seen and heard in the episode than that in particular moment. You see, my mom was a teen mom, and she explained to me the harsh reality of being pregnant, how hard it is for child labor and raising a child on your own. She had my sister, and she was
shout out to Trevon.
She was a nurse, so I got all of the gory details. Like,
okay, I think that's it. That's it there. Let's see. But yeah, you just noticed there was a lot of just bitterness in the comment section for some reason. I don't understand. I understand it. I think a lot, again, the unrealistic expectations that a lot of these women have. They have a lot of unrealistic expectations and they're never met because they're all about the extremes, you know? And a lot of melanated women got to understand you're going to get what you can, like, you can basically get. Like, you can't be out here thinking that you're going to get a rapper or athlete.
You think this was Chisley's issue too?
It could have been. It could have been because nothing bothers a woman more when she can't have the men that she wants. Right? You know, that drives women over the edge too. It really does. You feel like you have everything that, you know, a man would want, but then when that man rejects you, you know, it hurts these women. Now let's get to this tweet. Now, this was my original reaction, as you can see. The tweet here. Make sure y'all like the stream, too. Continue to like the stream as we go in. A tweet here. This person. Swirl Humbler. Sucks you can't attract a quality man when you have disdain for them. And this is from this tweet here. It says, this was actually in 2020. Man, this may trigger some of y'all, but I sometimes feel like black men are the white people of the black community, especially when it comes to colorism. Because when it comes to colorism and homophobia, it's not a thing. So defensive. Stop being so divisive. Now is not the time. Sounds familiar. They so quick to throw black men under the bus. They're so quick to throw black men under the bus. And then they wonder why they can't find a quality black man. It's because you're delusional, one. And two, you're always trying to find a way to throw them under the bus. That's what you're trying to do. Which you shouldn't be doing. Because these are, if you're actually looking for a man to be in a relationship with and you're looking for him to be black, why do you try to compare them to white people, the same people that you try to compare yourself to? You know, you be trying to look like the white woman, talk like her. You know, some of you be wanting to date Caucasian men. That's what y'all do, man. What's good, David? Make sure y'all like the stream, too. I'm going to keep saying it. Paris was good. Snake Eyes, what's up? Mark was good on this late night stream. Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something about women like this. They're the same women who will throw black men on the bus, but then then they complain about racism. And they'll talk about how racism has affected them, right? But you sit here and you want to throw black men on the bus. How does that help your cause? I've noticed this with women who claim to be pro-black. Y'all notice on this platform too. Y'all want to talk about the racism of Caucasian people, but you throw black men on the bus. That doesn't make any sense. Make y'all look crazy. That's why I tell y'all a lot of these people are got to be on medication. A lot of these people have got to be on medication. A lot of these people are they're misfits. You may not think so because you see them and you're like, wow, that person may have friends and all that. That person is socially awkward. Most people, especially most melanated women, are socially awkward.
I'm not even surprised that she got exposed for BM disdain. These women always dig their grave, then cry for help. God really doing his thing. Tears of joy, tears of joy, tears of joy.
Appreciate that, Chuzzy. Well, I think a lot of these women just are addicted to exposing themselves. They constantly post their L's. Like for instance, right? I know y'all heard about the story of the melanated woman that claimed to be in a relationship with the Caucasian professor, and I guess they had a child together, and there was a camera on the porch.
She lives in the same neighborhood as the BLM woman. According to her, black dudes apparently aren't up to snuff.
You said that, TJ. In their minds, in their small minds, they believe that. But I think a lot of them just have a lot of bitterness and self-hate that they can't seem to shake for some reason. But she recorded the interaction between the Caucasian professor who looks like he's about 20 years older than her. and the child. He was calling the child. He was like, "What's up, my N-word? What's up, my N-word?" Right? And she's sitting there not saying anything. She showed text messages of him using the N-word, and she didn't seem bothered by it. But because I guess they're going through a custody battle, or she's trying to take him to child support court, trying to get child support from him, now she wants to expose all these different things that he did. I'm telling y'all, these melanated women, they hop the fence and they still run into problems. They still run into problems. And that is because they don't know how to choose quality men no matter where they go. Yeah, he said he was telling the child, "What's up, my nigga?" That's like is a toddler. Like, "What's up, my nigga?" Like, first of all, why are you with this guy who's 20 years old? Now, they said that they were married, but I don't believe that.
The American black woman's strong independent woman mentality and nasty attitude toward her own men are their Achilles heel in the dating market.
Right. Appreciate that, Snake Eyes. And that's going to be their undoing, man. That's why they're so mad and they're trying to attack men everywhere they go. Right? Listen. Men are going to go their own way. And men are starting to go the wrong way more and more. I just hope a lot of women understand this. No matter how many you simps try to play interference, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Because the more you try to play interference for these women, the more you prove what we're saying is right. And women don't understand this. When these men try to play, these males try to play interference for you and defend you, they're only going to make these men want to go their own way even more. Hold up. Do I have that video? These melanated women constantly post L's of their interracial interactions. It's crazy. But then they want to throw us under the bus like we're the worst thing ever. But you literally have a child with a guy that's telling the child, "What's up, my N-word?" And you didn't seem to have no problems with it. You're probably used to it because he's probably called you the N-word. That's why I say, man, these women make bad decisions no matter where they go, no matter how many fences they hop. They're constantly posting their L's. They're constantly making a fool of themselves. And then they want to continue to blame other people for that. No, you got to blame yourself. You got to blame yourself, man. The video here. Hold up. Oh boy. I was thinking about doing a whole stream about this, but I'm like, nah. I'm not gonna do no whole stream about this. Let's see. Hold up. Okay. Let me put this on the screen. You see there? The guy name is Clayton Looney. He's a professor at the University of Montana. So yeah, we got blacks in Montana.
Hi, beautiful. Let me get. Hi, beautiful. Hi. Hey, what's up, Gooey? What's up? What's up, my little smoking nigga?
See that? And that's the messages there. And she's exposing the guy that she was laying up with. She's laying up with this guy, and he's saying this. This is who she chose.
Hi, beautiful. Hi. Hey, what's up, Gooey? What's up? What's up, my little smoking nigga?
That's who she really chose. I just wanted y'all to see that. That's who these women are really choosing. But they got the nerve to get on here and talk about melanated men. Every time you heifers get on social media running your mouths talking about melanated men, I gotta step in and just, put some reality back in your face. Every single time you heifers get on here talking that shit, I'm gonna post these videos and show y'all that you're really choosing what reflects you. If a guy that you was in a relationship with is saying the N-word, that's how you feel about yourself. Probably when you're throwing black men under the bus, talking about how we ain't this and we ain't that and we're this and we're that, we're dusty, we're broke, we're trash bagged, like all this, it always gets thrown right back into your goofy faces. It really does. Because that's who you're really choosing. You don't see black men having to post videos of his Caucasian wife or girlfriend calling the mixed child, what's up, my N-word. Like, what? But you got the nerve to get on here and try to throw melanated men under the bus? You and your goofy simps who are losers and can't get women outside of social media, can't get women on social media, can't get women outside of it, can't get women on it, no matter how much simping you lames do. And I be seeing I be coming across some content, man. You dudes is out here. You definitely got your capes on. You definitely ready to defend. Y'all look like clowns. Defending women that think really, really less of you. They're not just talking about a few. They're talking about everybody. They don't try to make any type of, okay, I'm just talking about these type of guys. These broke guys we all are the same. All of us. Unless you're one of these Democratic Party, liberal policy supporting males who was raised by an emotional single mother. I want y'all to understand, man, like, this is why men are going the wrong way more and more, and it can't be stopped. They tried to stop it in 2017, and they still couldn't. Because men are seeing these women's behavior for themselves. And I think that everybody should see what has happened to Western women, especially these melanated women who want to claim that they don't have much to choose from. They talk about how they want a man that's, you know what's funny? I don't think I hear a lot of melanated women say they want successful men. I never really hear that. I never really hear they say they want a man who's clean cut, successful, doesn't have a bunch of kids. Some will, but most of them don't. They never really tell you what type of man they want. You know why? Because they're looking for a male that they can control. They can buy all his clothes. They can buy all his Jordans. They can buy his video games, right? That's what they're looking for. But they're not going to say that. But we all know that you're dating a guy that hasn't worked since he was in high school. You're dating a guy that never pays his child support. You're dating a guy that doesn't even have a driver's license. Has never owned a car. Doesn't even know how to fix a car. Don't even know how to put air in the tires or replace the tires. Doesn't know how to do an oil check. None of that. Stop getting your happy asses on social media trying to throw people under the bus when you know you don't know how to choose a good man ever. Most of you cannot choose a good man because you don't want one. You want a guy that's going to make you look good. That's one of the things I noticed. A lot of these women choose men that make them look good because a lot of these women hold deep insecurities. And in those insecurities, they tend to want to look like the good person in a relationship when really they're the worst. Out of the two of them, she probably the worst. But they want to choose a guy that compared to them is doing less is not doing as good as them. That they're always competing. They're always competing with us, which I don't really understand, because women can never compete with a man when it comes to building infrastructure, when it comes to coming up with creative ideas, when it comes to being in the forefront of building and creating. You're not going to see a lot of women there. You'll see them after the fact. So this whole trying to compete with men is a dummy mission. You're going to fail at it.
They don't want to be held to a standard. And the good, decent, successful man will hold them to a standard.
Right, Zeke, appreciate it. And again, they don't want a man that's going to make them look bad. As far as, when I say make them look bad, make them look like that they don't have their stuff together, like they're mentally unstable, like they're not the nice one, so to speak, in a relationship. They think about those things, man. But when that relationship fails and the guy ends up moving on to another woman and you're left by yourself again, because these relationships don't work, you know? Listen, a lot of these women can do whatever they want to do, but I just want them to understand that there are ramifications to your fuckery. Okay? It's one of the few curse words I'm going to use tonight, but it is late, so, we on the late night creep hours. A lot of these women don't understand the impact of trying to tear down melanated men. Like, you got to understand that melanated men they don't care. Like, we've been getting, our image has been getting destroyed for decades. I think we're used to that. We're used to the scrutiny. We're used to people constantly trying to tear us down. A lot of you females, you've been trying to tear us down. We have grown thick skin. So we just live our life. And the thing is, the more that you diss somebody, the more that women are going to be attracted to that. The more you talk about how, he's a deadbeat or he's a womanizer, women are going to be attracted to that. When girls are warned, don't date those guys, don't you date those black guys, they end up going to those guys anyway. And we're used to it, so we just live our life. That's why you see black men traveling and dating all types of women, because we don't care. I think a lot of melanated women deep down care a whole lot. They care about how black men are going to view them if they date outside their race, because a lot of these black women feel like if they date out, the black men who are interested in them aren't going to be interested anymore, which is mostly true. You're still going to have those that are, but they're definitely afraid of losing those males, those black males that they have around them, if they were to openly date out. Because I think also what you see is frustration. A lot of these women want to date out. And they want to blame us for that because they think that we're going to switch up on them, which is probably true. Listen, if a black man is interested in a black woman and that black woman chooses a non-melanated man, of course that dude is not going to really be interested anymore. He's like, oh, you chose them? I thought you don't like nice guys. I'm sitting up here, doing my, part street, part, lane. I'm part street, part lane. And you go straight to a lane from another community. Yeah, they might feel some type of way. Like, I'm out here, trying to show you how tough I am and how hood I am, and you date that? Yeah, that might make them feel some type of way. And I think they're afraid of that. But if you want to find happiness, you shouldn't care. But they care a whole lot. You see, the thing about us as melanated men, we don't care. We don't care if you ain't gonna like us or not, because we out being happy. We out dating who we want to date. You know, we're not out here playing games, and we're not out here being frustrated and angry. None of that. Educated thug. Yeah, man, dude's trying to get his educated thug on, and you go out here choosing Tim or, you know, Dave or Juan. You know what I'm saying? Or Javier. Like, you know, of course, some of these dudes gonna be like, oh, okay. Jay, check out this link. What link? Did you send it? Where did you send it? Primetime VA, where did you send it? My Heath, Miguel, Brad, Bob, Jose. Did you send it to my email? Hold up. Let me check my email. Or did you send it to where did you send it to Prime Time? Hold up, let me look. Is it in the chat room? Put in the chat. Yeah, you're gonna have to email it to me, man. Well, let me go. Because it might have got it might be didn't go through. I don't see it. Huh. But yeah, a lot of what's going on now, I think it has a lot to do with perception. A lot of these women are so afraid of losing the attention of the males around them if they date. I think that plays a part into it too. Also, the location, like if you're black and you're in a mostly majority Caucasian town and city, yeah, you're gonna be frustrated. But are you looking for somebody black? You know? Sometimes you gotta move. Sometimes you gotta leave your area. And you know, sometimes you have to get out of your comfort zone. And if you're looking for love that bad, you know, if you're looking for love that bad, you gotta sort of leave your area where you're comfortable in and move on. You know, don't just be stuck in a place you don't really want to be. That's making you unhappy. But yeah, man, it's getting crazy out here. I think that these women are starting to lose their minds. And I just think a lot of us as black men should just keep doing what we're doing, because we're not losing our minds. Yeah, we're speaking about the behaviors of women, but we're not taking it to the levels that these women are taking it to. Like, they're massively triggered because they've been able to control the narrative for so long. They can't control the narrative anymore. We control our own narrative, and I think it's upsetting them. It's upsetting them that we control our own narrative. That we're not going to allow anybody to just say whatever about us and we not respond. And the thing is that when I first started making content, that was the main thing. The main thing that we discussed was women in general. You know, you had a lot of these Caucasian guys who made commentary in the manosphere when I first got here, the manosphere. And they just spoke about women in general. But we all know they was talking about Caucasian women, or maybe Asian women. Some of these guys, a lot of you Caucasian guys like Asian women too. Let's just be real. But a lot of these guys were coming from a place of being real hurt, man. But they channeled it into commentary about bettering themselves and about avoiding the mistakes. It wasn't about hating anybody. I just don't. It was never about hating anybody. And if anybody thinks it was about hating anyone, that person is a mental midget, or that person is just triggered by the thought of a man, especially a melanated man, getting honest about what's going on out here. And I would tell you, don't stop. Don't stop speaking what you're speaking on, because it's working. It's effective. It's very effective. And we need effective talk, not ineffective talk. Let's see. Okay, I got the article. Matter of fact, let me put it on screen. Put it on the screen here. This is from Psychology Today. Got how racial minorities, hold on. Is how racial minorities view interracial couples. It depends on both the race and the gender. And this is a March 30th, 2020 posting. 1958, Richard Loving, a white man, and his wife, Mildred, a black woman, were arrested for the crime of being married. Although the couple had been legally wed in the District of Columbia, they became outlaws when they moved to Virginia, where interracial marriages were then illegal. This incident eventually led to the 1967 landmark case of Loving versus Virginia, in which the U.S. Supreme Court struck down laws banning interracial marriages. Today, about 12% of American couples are interracially married. Nevertheless, negative social attitudes about mixed marriages still abound. According to the Wesleyan University psychologist Roxy Shang and colleagues, it's not just the white majority that looks with suspicion at interracial couples. Indeed, interracial marriages are often disparaged in racial minority communities as well. Roxy and her colleagues start with the observation that there are quite large gender imbalances in American interracial marriages. The most common combination is the black man married to a white woman, with the reverse pairing a white man with a black woman being quite uncommon. But you hear these heifers on YouTube and other platforms, they try to make it seem like it can happen, like it happens all the time. Like white men are just coming at the sisters and they're just trying to get with the sisters. That's how that's how they try to make it seem like they just coming at them, man. The second most likely type consists of a white man married to an Asian woman. Again, with the reverse being an Asian man married to a white woman being much less frequent. In a recently published study, the researchers examined the dynamics of interracial marriage. However, they weren't concerned about the reasons for these gender imbalances, rather interested in how other members, particular minority, viewed these racially mixed marriages. One way to assess personal attitudes towards specific groups is through the use of feeling thermometers. Participants are asked a question such as, how do you feel about couples where the woman is black and the man is white? They then indicate their feelings towards that example on the virtual thermometer, damn it, where 0 is labeled as cold and 50 as neutral and 100 as warm. Black participants responded to prompts about 4 male-female combinations: black-white, white-black, black-black, and white-white. Likewise, Asian participants indicated their warmth for male-female pairings of Asian, white, white Asian, Asian Asian, and white white. In psychology, the phenomenon known as the mere exposure effect shows that humans have a tendency to like or prefer things that are familiar to them. Conversely, we often harbor negative feelings towards things that are unfamiliar. For instance, our comfort foods are the ones we grew up with, and the music we like most is usually that of our youth. Most people find that new foods and new music just don't match up to the oldies and goodies. It's just an excerpt from this article here sent to me. How does that sound? Said, wait until you see the conclusion of the study. Hold on. This is a long article, bro. Hold on. I think I can read. Let me see if I read some more of it. Hold on. Let me see where I'm at. Okay. The mere exposure effect then predicts that the black participants should show more warmth towards black male, white female couples because they are far more common than the reverse. Likewise, Asian participants should feel more warmth for white male, Asian female couples for the same reason. However, this isn't what the researchers found. In fact, the participants' responses depended not only on their race, but also on their gender. In the case of black-white marriages, black men showed roughly equal warmth for both black male, white female, and white male, black female couples. Black female indicated a similar level of warmth for white male and black female couples, but they were quite cool towards couples that where the husband was black and the wife was white. Are we surprised by this? When the researchers looked at the data from the Asian participants, they found the opposite pattern of results in terms of gender. Specifically, Asian women were equally warm to couples that the husband was white and the wife was Asian, and the couples were the race were reversed. In contrast, Asian men indicated high warmth towards Asian male, white female marriages, but they were quite cool to couples where the husband was white and the wife was Asian. Researchers hypothesized that the pattern of results was due to the perceived mating competition. To the extent that one desires to marry within one's own race, interracial unions potentially posed a threat by reducing the available dating pool. That is especially true when members of the opposite sex are far more likely to marry out of their race. According to the account, few black women marry white men, so black men shouldn't be threatened by that kind of interracial relationship. However, many more black men marry white women, so black women should perceive a reduced pool of potential mates. Thus, they should disapprove of black male and white female unions. Likewise, Asian women shouldn't be concerned, about either type of Asian white relationship, since few Asian men get involved in these. However, Asian men should feel threatened by the frequent combination of white male, Asian female, since that leaves fewer potential mates for them. Follow-up studies in which participants were probed about the reasons for their attitudes about mixed race relationships provide support for the mate competition hypothesis. Researchers concede that male competition is the only one of the many factors shaping our attitudes about interracial relationships. For instance, they note that common stereotypes about relative masculinity and femininity of Asians, blacks, and whites also play into the attitudes about mixed race marriages. Thus, an Asian man who buys into the stereotype that white men are more masculine about naturally feel threatened when he sees an Asian woman he could otherwise be dating. Social attitudes are complex, and no single factor can ever completely explain them. Overall, the warmth expression to by the participants towards various types of interracial relationships are quite high, typically in the 7 to 8 interval. On average, out of possible range of 0 to 100, that indicates a fairly high degree of acceptance for mixed race marriages, at least among America's racial minorities. And yet couples comprising the two most common types of interracial relationships are still likely to encounter negative attitudes about them, as these data shows black women likely perceive black male, white female unions as a threat to their own ability to find a quality mate. Otherwise, Asian males tend to look at white male, Asian female couples as a threat for the same reason. In conclusion, Roxy and colleagues note that the study's attitudes about interracial marriage need to consider more than just the race of the respondents. Rather, psychologists need to consider the intersection of race and gender as they tease out of the dynamics of social attitudes. You know, I had heard that black women and Asian men are they're like the least preferred on dating websites, which is funny because then you got heifers saying, well, I only want to date white men or Asian men. But you're the least preferred. And the studies prove it. You're the least preferred. You know? Make sure y'all like the stream, man. Listen, date who you're gonna date, but understand this, man. Don't ever just say, I hate this. Like me, for instance, saying that, well, I don't like black women, I don't want to date them. You'll never, or I'm gonna divest. You'll never hear no dumb shit like that ever said. Because I understand that my dating pool will shrink, but me being confident, it wouldn't bother me. But it's gonna bother you heifers that's desperately seeking a man. Make sure y'all like the stream, man. That's why I read all that. And here's the article if y'all want to go and check it out. You can do that. No, nothing is stopping them from dating an Asian man. Nothing. You know, maybe Asian guys want like, they might want like a, more of a, I would say, traditional Asian relationship or marriage, you know? But yeah, man, us as black men, we could care less, man. We out here doing what we need to do, man. We not, the study basically showed that black men were very indifferent to black women in white male relationships. Even though you would hear these women say, well, black men don't like when I date out. You know, they confronting me and all this. No, black men don't do stuff like that. Black men never confront. But y'all will confront a black man for dating a white woman. You will cop block if you see a black man talking to a white woman. And it could be a black man you have no interest in. You see him every day, you ignore him. But as soon as you see him with a white woman, you like, oh, his value done went up. Well, you didn't think he can go get a white woman? That's the problem. You think that black men can't go out and date other women except you because our mother is black. That's what they think. That's what they think. And let me tell you something right now. If you are a black woman in California, in Texas, in New York, in Florida, where there are a plethora of non-melanated women, you need to stop with the whole divestment bullshit, because black men are not going to care with all those options. They're not going to care. No matter how many videos of athletes' relationships you talk about. You divesting is going to do what? When they have all those different races of or ethnic backgrounded women to choose from. Who you think you hurting? You only hurting yourself. They really think they're hurting somebody by saying they're going to divest. Okay. Well, I could just go and date, I could go date a woman that's, from South America, the Caribbeans, an Asian chick, Caucasian chick, one of these Latinas. I don't need to date you then if you don't want to date me. I'm cool with that. That divestment shit only is, now I won't say effective, but the only way that would really bother anybody is if it's in a small town where there's mainly just black and white people. But if you're in a mega, it's like in a big city, big population, different races of people all around the city, you divesting ain't gonna hurt nobody. So you could divest all you fucking want. Excuse the language. But you're not, the black men are gonna be okay. They're going to be okay. You're the only one that's gonna be looking dumb. Okay? When you're sitting up here for Valentine's Day by yourself, you divested to singledom. And you're gonna be single for Valentine's Day. You're gonna be very single for Valentine's Day. You divested to wine and chocolates. These heifers done divested to wine and chocolates, man. And watching watching YouTube videos and Instagram posts and going in the clubhouse blaming black men for why you've been single for the third year in a row with your wine and your chocolates, okay? Talking about how you don't care that you single. Yes, you do. You sitting there looking on social media while your friends are having Valentine's dates. They either done went out of town or they went and got a hotel room, and you watching their posts with envy, pretending to be happy for them, but you're talking shit about them underneath your breath. Y'all gonna be, listen, I'm gonna go live for Valentine's Day, and we gonna talk about why you heifers are out here divesting to singledom, man. Y'all out here divesting to singledom, man. As if that's gonna hurt anybody. Listen, if I'm living in what's a big city that has like, okay, I've heard. Let's see. Miami's easy. Houston. If I'm living in Houston and you heifers are talking about divesting, do you think I'm gonna care? Or let's say I'm living in okay. Let's see. If I'm living in like a city, like I was gonna say Baltimore, I'm like, oh no, I wouldn't. I'm not trying to live in Baltimore. If I'm living in a Philadelphia, if I'm living in a Charlotte that has almost 1 million people, let's see, hell, Charleston, or a Las Vegas, maybe. If I'm in a big city, almost 1 million people, over 1 million people, do you really believe I'm going to care anything about your divestment bullshit? No. And then you got cities like Atlanta, where there's way more women than men. Straight men. And there's a lot of women in Atlanta, man, from what I've heard. A lot of women that ain't doing much. How you gonna divest in a city like Atlanta? Explain that to me. Even in Chicago or Minneapolis, big cities, a lot of heifers. Divesting ain't gonna matter. A lot of you heifers gonna be alone for Valentine's Day. We're gonna go live and we're gonna talk about it. Y'all divesting to singledom. How does it feel? How does it feel to divest to singledom? Nothing but your wine and chocolates. Nothing else going on but you divesting. Stop the madness. Get some help. Stop drinking, okay? Slow down on the on the pills, because a lot of them are not medicated pills. Y'all are just out here taking pills. Stop getting high. Yeah, just slow down the drinking. Eliminate the drinking, because a lot of you are out of your freaking minds. A lot of you out of your freaking minds, man. And y'all got the nerve to get on here and try to throw us under the bus when you ain't got nobody. You gonna be home with your children. Okay? Jay, I'll be one of the single heifers. Bronx, you say gonna be one of the single heifers. Well, I don't think that you're out here divesting, Bronx. I mean, you're not out here throwing black men on the bus because you can't get a man or anything like that. I don't see you doing that type of behavior, but I do see the behavior from these women on here. They got all this mouth and they got all this shit to stop the language, but they got all these different things to say, but they have nothing to show. And then you got the fake married women that claim they're married, but guess what they're going to be on Valentine's Day? On a damn panel. They're going to be on a panel somewhere around men. That's where they're going to be. Somebody's wife is, allegedly, somebody's wife is going to be sitting on some YouTube panel with a man that ain't her husband. But you have a man. That's where you're going to be on Valentine's Day. Is up in other men's faces. Shout out to Focused.
Wine, whining, chocolate, and Netflix.
Right, that's the lineup. That's the lineup, man. It's crazy out here, man. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot of drunk women. It's gonna be a lot of drunk women when it comes to Valentine's Day, man. It's gonna be, the women gonna be drunk. The women gonna be crazy. They're gonna be mad. They're gonna be looking for a black man with a Becky to attack. Like it's gonna be crazy. But again, that's what you've done. And this is only the beginning. This is probably gonna be the one of many lonely Valentine's Days, man. Side chicks are not going to be getting that call. They're going to be mad. They're going to be on social media. You know? And by the way, side chicks get absolutely no love on Valentine's Day. And if you giving one of your side chicks some love on Valentine's Day, then she ain't your side chick then. That's a potential girlfriend then. Maybe. I don't know. But shout out to everybody that's here. Man, I appreciate y'all being here. I'm going to have to go and wrap the stream up, man. But shout out to the chat, the moderators, the channel members, the Patreons. I had to come on here and vent just a little bit. Just a little bit. I appreciate y'all being here, man. Make sure you like the stream if you haven't. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to get notified when I'm going live, all right? But yeah, man, listen. Listen, if you're a woman that's single and you know you're single by choice and not by force, I don't say by force, but you know, you single because you out here being a TFLer. You know, you're out here truly forced to be lonely. If you're just doing whatever, you know, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, there's going to be people that are single, right? But there's also people that are weird and they have mental issues that get on social media and they love to attack men because those men don't want them. We have too much of that going on. Way too much of that going on. Yeah, way too much of that going on, man. And listen, I just want people to know that there's always choices, man. You can choose happiness or you can choose to be bitter. But if I were you, I would choose happiness instead of bitterness because there's no need to be around here being bitter, okay? All right. So shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all being here. Follow me on the social. You can send me stuff, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram too. You can tag me on Twitter. You can send me something on Instagram. As far as Facebook is concerned, I do not look at the messages there because, I get sent messages and stuff. They done spammed up the messages on the messenger over there. So, I don't, So on others, you send me something there. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all being here. All right. Yeah, make good choices out here. Continue to make good choices. Shout out to Jammy's Workmate. Appreciate that, Jammy. Shout out to you, Jammy, with the super chat. Appreciate that. All right, I'm gonna play something special for you ladies who are lonely and might be a little bitter. I'll play a little bit of this. You divestment heifers who claim that you're not bitter, but you are. I'll see y'all in the next one, man. Y'all take care and have a good rest of your night, all right?